Hello friends and welcome to my playthrough of Cipher Zero. My name is Jonathan. We are on the moon. We are on sequence 4. We have 4 left to go. I paused there because history has indicated the last few tend to be quite difficult, and they are throwing something not completely new, but a new combination at us here, because we have mirrored clones again, but inverse mirror clones. So let's first dispose of one possibility. Could we connect this end of this snake to here? Could we make them connect this way? I'm presuming the answer is going to be no. If they did, we'd have to do something like this. It could stray a little bit into this row, and this would need to get down to here. So like down to there, and that won't work because of this clue. So this could wobble a bit, but if this wobbles, we're going to end up with this snake having to wobble along with it. Let me show you what I mean. If we did that, we're going to end up with a non-snake pattern here, which is here. So that's not rigorous, but I think that's good enough for me to say that it's going to be this one to this one, and this one to this one. So and we can only have one shaded in this whole column, which is interesting, because that means that that either we have to, this crossing, these both have to, oh no. Is this actually proof that my non-rigorous approach was an impossible one? Oh, I think it is. Oh, that's rough. Okay, I thought for sure I was I isolated that or eliminated that other case, but this clue means we only have one place where the snake can get past here, and that's broken in a billion reasons. For a billion reasons. One reason is that we have two snakes that would need to use the same path. One reason is that whatever cell is shaded here is not shaded in the neighboring column, so we can't get across there anyway. So no, it is in fact that these stay in their lanes, so to speak. And they can't enter here because either they'd have to cross and come back, or we'd have to use 2 cells of them, or more than 2 cells if we wanted to dip in and come back. So this is not involved, except it will be right here for this one, but that's fine. So what if we came all the way up here, and this came down like this? Then we're okay. Alright, not a hard one necessarily, but the thing that I thought was for sure not true was in fact true. Oh, but I still need to figure out how to use one cell here. I'm gonna do that by shifting this down by 1. By 2. Not by 2, by 3. And then these. Oh, okay. Spoke too soon. Not a hard one, he says. Okay. If we came straight through here, our problem is nothing in this column. We can't have anything touching Could we dip out and back so that we use those there? This is the issue with that. That we'd have these little prongs on this side because we are emitting them on this other side. I like this in so many ways, but that is a problem. Could we do it only once and solve that problem somehow? Okay, so let's make this waggle a little bit further. This can waggle on this side. And then we've got our 1 that we need. And there's probably a symmetrically flipped solution to this as well. I think that works. Alright. Fool me twice, shame on me. Won't get fooled again. Okay, we're going to... This time we have 2 in this column, so we could cross over. If we did that... How would we do that? This can't escape past this one. Can't go through... If it went through the middle, then it cuts this off. Okay, so we are still going vertically. So let's do the naive one for that, just to start off with. Here, we would come through here. You know, let's just fill in the naive solutions. This could come down like so. That means this is gonna have to turn. That's good, except for this clue again. In order to fill one more, we'd need... we'd need to do something slightly different up here. Okay, if this came down this way, then we've got to loop here. This has got to be snaky. That might do it. We've got this snakes around. This comes down like this. We've got 2 in this column. That was easier because I had just done the previous one, and they built on that pattern. Are they going to do it with 3 now? No. Okay, so here we do have... This is going to have to either come straight across somehow, but I should have derived a bit of a lemma from 2 ago. We can't ever have a snake cross this boundary. Oh! All right, they did it to me again. I was gonna say we had this. We can't ever have a snake cross this boundary because as soon as you hit the boundary, you're gonna have something of the opposite color right across from it. So how is this solvable? Well, it's solvable because that's not the symmetry we're using this time. We are using rotational symmetry. So let's see what happens if this goes straight across. If it goes straight across, then these are all forced. And so this would need to... Oh. Alright. It would need to come around like that. Easy enough. Okay. Alright, and... Alright, is this where the gravy train stops? It is. Okay. We have 6 pizzas to deal with. Yeah. Yeah, so there are exactly 36 in this puzzle. We're going to have 6 sections of 6 cells, and they're going to alternate in color. So let's make an assumption. No, we don't know. We don't even know that, because these could combine. They don't necessarily alternate in color. But what we do know is that the snake definitely uses one or more of these. So let's say it uses one. Then it needs to be of size 6, which is not a problem. So I can see 3 ways of that happening. Could go around the outside. It could go through this one, or it could go through the middle. Now, with all of those, the way I drew them anyway, we had an immediate problem right here with this one. Because this cell would need to be shaded. So here we got a problem here with this going 2 directions. I feel like it's gonna be, we can't go up, because then if we go up, this is unshaded, and that way it makes this shaded and makes this not a valid snake. So, oh wait, can I just say that? Is that valid? This endpoint can't go up. If it does, this is unshaded, and that's broken. Could it go left? No. These two being opposites means one of these is shaded, so the snake has to go one of those 2 directions. So these two are forced. That is forced. That is obviously forced up there. Because of these being forced, their mirror images are. So let's mark those. So either the snake goes through here, in which case it will need to go down, and then it can't ever get, well, could it spiral all the way around? Maybe. Oh, it does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is 3 of them. That is a beautiful endpoint. We have these nice concentric spirals, and that will do that puzzle. All right. Wonderful. I feel at the moment like we're sort of back in a groove. There is another sequence. Let's just look at this territory again. So I was observing, it looked like we were revisiting these moon stages. So we had the street light. So maybe they're not quite in order, because this must have been a city kind of thing, or suburbs. Here we've got the farmland again. We had the wind turbines that were also farmland. I think this may have been power plant. This looks like road. I think we had the power lines on the road. And this must have been city. I don't recognize the architecture exactly. But now we're into... Ooh, that looks like an endpoint to me. So that... I think we have one more segment here to go till something significant happens. Either that is another biome or something else. So we will find out together next time as we start the Moon Sequence 5. But for now, I have been Jonathan. This has been my playthrough of Cipher Zero, and I thank you so much for watching.